Hi everyone, welcome back to Magazine Monday. Today we're going to be working on this Crafts Beautiful magazine, issue 330. It's from March. We're going to be making this card, hopefully, and the stamp that we're going to be using so far is this one. I just took the stamp and stamped around one sheet of 8.5 by 11. I think we can get 4 cards out of it. So now all we're doing is coloring it up, and we're taking some various things, alcohol markers, as well as gel pens. If you use your gel pens, you have to kind of remember to be, well, if you're a righty, it doesn't matter, but for lefties, you have to be careful or aware, because you know our hands kind of smudges, whereas right-handed people, they just go choo. Left-handed people, they drag. You know, if you've ever watched a left-handed person, they usually get this on their hand. So I'm just trying to maneuver the paper as best as possible without rubbing off some of that glitter from the gel pen on my hand. I already had one major fiasco this morning with my ink. I stamped it all over the desk on purpose, but not intentional. I hope that makes sense. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going around and just coloring. Oh, I made a big boo-boo right there. Coloring up the little banner, the pennants. And even though some of this paper will not be a part of it, I wanted to just stamp the whole sheet out and just do a lot of coloring on here. You know, do the whole page, because we can get as max. We're going to try to max out the amount of cards we can get. And you know, you can use that stamps as well, and you can just make some background paper, I guess, if you want. Or you can use this on wrapping paper, like a nice craft wrapping paper, and then just stamp this out. That would be cool to do. So it doesn't have to be a card all the time, but that's what we're going to be doing. I went through that magazine, and I probably can guarantee you all that we will not be doing a lot of cards or a lot of makes out of that magazine. It's not a lot in there that I really like. And I was just sitting here thinking that what I've noticed is they do showcase a few things you can do with the free stamps, but the rest is like advertisements, and they show you how to make those cards from those advertisers. I'm quite sure those are people that are probably paying the bills for the magazine. So that makes sense, I suppose. But at the same time, if you're, never mind. I don't even, it's not worth it. I'm not going to discuss that. So I hope everyone had a great weekend. My weekend was okay. Did not do much besides housework, lots of housework. And I'm gonna do more housework this week and next week. I want to have a blowout garage sale. But you know, as I was thinking about doing a garage sales are work. I realize now why people don't price their stuff at garage sales. You know, you got to get all the stuff together, price it, lug it out your house, display it, put it up, deal with the customers. And I'm not a good haggler. I think I've told you all that before. I don't like to haggle. If it's a decent price, I'll pay it. I think I've haggled a few times. When I lived in Italy, they had a market that, you know, it's a lot of willing and dealing going on at those places, I tell you. I enjoyed that, though. It was a little bit different. You know, when you immerse yourself in the culture, that's what happens. I like this color. I don't know what color it is besides number 6, but I like it. Fuchsia? Is it a fuchsia color? I think it's pretty. Almost looks red, but it's not quite red. But it looks red. Have you ever did a garage sale, and do you like doing them? I like going to them better than doing my own. And plus I want to take all that junk out and then no one buys it. But I think what I'm going to do is, if no one buys the stuff, it's going to go from the house to the garage, you know, the garage to the car. And then I'm just going to donate it somewhere. Not to Goodwill, though. These yellows feel like they're super dry, which is horrible for me. And excuse the scraping, like one end feels more full than the other. Okay, instead of doing it like it is on the book with like this big square, I think they call it says create an ombre effect with rainbow colors. Instead of doing this, we're just going to use a circle. We're going to use our stamp pattern punch in yellow, and I'm going to ink the edges up, and then I'm just going to stamp on have a beautiful birthday. I tried it in this color right here, and you see how beautiful that looks. So we're not going to be using that one. I read a magazine, I think it was this one from last week, when, you know, they say bring the ink to the stamp, which makes more sense than how I want to do it. But I think that's just an added step that sometimes crafters don't want to do. So we had that blue like in the background still, that blue ink in the background, if you can tell. That's okay, no worries. It's a bunch of fun colors. And you see how they didn't even, I was thinking that they may have done a pattern, but they really didn't. They used a few colors because I was thinking that it would have took me less time coloring it up, trying to figure out what colors to use or not use if I had just picked 6 colors, maybe 9 colors, and did a repeating thing instead of just trying to go about it willy-nilly. So this is how it's going to look. I've been using this a lot lately. I like it though. Okay, so I think I got it right as far as card fronts and card bases. We're using this because it's already prefabricated, and let's see. Oh, it's a little bit thin, but that's okay. So it's a little bit too short on the width department. I should have made them a little bit thicker. So some of them are thicker, and then some of them are not as thick. Because I want to slice a few things off. So let's see. Yep. So now we're going to use some spice marmalade to ink up the edges. And we'll be done. So let me go ahead and do that. So this is how it looks all inked up. I used the spice marmalade, and then right here I used this as well. So it's going to just go right in the middle. And then we really will be done with the card. So let's go ahead and assemble them. A few things to remember is make sure you have your card open to how you want it to open. I had it turned the wrong way, and this was upside down. So make sure that that is not happening with you. Also, if you're worried that your card is too thin, like you see how mine is thin right here on the side, which I'm not concerned about, but if it's too thin, you can always make another layer and put it on there so you can equal it out so it doesn't look uneven. But I'm okay with that. Now, be careful with your gel pen if you use gel writers, because I'm going to put this on last because you don't want it to smudge. So this is how it's going to look. So let's go ahead and finish them up. All right, so this is our finished card. Same card, just different setup, using one sheet of paper. The card base is Michael's Hot Buy paper pad, Hot Buy envelopes, and card bases from a nautical thing I got a long time ago. So I want to say thank you all for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this Magazine Monday, and I'm going to get it out on time. I promise. You're going to see it on Monday. Until next time, happy crafting.